So I've been using the MOZA Handbrake for the last few years, and it's been really good for rally and drifting, and it works really well. It's got a nice solid build and been super reliable over the years. Now there's been a few things I want to improve on it. The first and simplest mod is changing out the handle on the lever with a softer foam type grip from a mountain bike, and I also want to make it lighter in the process. For me, it just feels too heavy when the lever is released, with the extra mass thudding back and shaking everything. So for this to work, I'll need to design a new handle for it to fit on. The other thing I want to take a look at is where the cable exits. On my setup, it sticks out a bit, and it's easily knocked and bumped. It's starting to feel a bit loose, so I want to make a cover that can go over the top to protect it. Alright, starting off with the handle. So luckily, this just unscrews. It's pretty easy to undo and lift off. So with it removed, I measured up the thread size with a pair of calipers and also the length of the thread. Now, one other handy thing I'm using here is a pitch gauge tool. So this has different sizes which are numbered. So you use the different sizes, line it up with the threads to find which one matches up, and the one with the perfect match will be the correct pitch. Now over in CAD, I've designed a simple cylinder with a thread inside. I'm using the measured dimensions from the handbrake thread, so it can be screwed onto the original handbrake lever. As for the other dimensions, it's the same height as the old handle, and the outer diameter is based off a mountain bike bar, which will allow the foam grip to fit correctly. It's a very simple, straightforward design, just a basic cylinder with a thread inside. So next, the 3D model is printed off on the 3D printer, and I'm just using black PLA for the material. Then once it's ready, it's removed from the bed, then we can start screwing it in onto the handbrake. As you screw it in, you might find it's a bit tight in some spots, so you'll need to back off a few turns and re-tighten it. The printed threads aren't always perfect, there's always a bit of shrinking and some small defects that need to be recut. You could also use a thread tap tool to clean out the threads first, if you have one handy. Then with it all the way on, do it up nice and tight. Then the foam grip just slides on over the top. You'll have to work it on a bit as it's pretty tight. Just keep pushing the grip down until it's all the way to the bottom of the handle. This job might actually be easier putting on the grip on the handle while it's off the handbrake. So now we've got a lighter lever with less mass, and it feels a lot better. Here's a quick comparison of the weights. So the stock metal one weighs in at 209 grams, and the printed handle with the foam grip comes in at about 55 grams. So that's almost a quarter of the weight. A whole lot less mass to fling around, so it's a pretty good weight saving. Here's an example side by side of what they're like. So the stock metal one shakes a lot and vibrates everything. You can see the shifter shaking there as well. And the printed one with the foam handle has a lot less mass moving around at the lever, and also a lot nicer to use, less noise, along with a better grip. So the next thing I'm looking at to make is a cover to protect that cable that plugs into the handbrake control box, because on my setup it sticks out at the side and gets knocked quite a bit. So to tackle this project, I'm using a 3D scanner. So this 3D scanner is the new Pop 4 that I'm currently testing out. We've got the scanner, a tripod connected to the bottom for a handle, and the USB cable is connected at the back and then plugged into a PC, and it's all ready to go. One other thing you'll need is some markers. I'm using this marker block kit, which is pretty good. We've got some ball markers, some domes, there's also some triangles and bars. The good thing about these is they have magnets on the bottom, so it's pretty easy to get set up and attach them to metal surfaces. So I've got a few placed randomly around the handbrake, and these will provide tracking points for the scanner. Alright, over in the scanning software, you can see we've started to scan. We're using the laser mode with the cross lines. So I've started off scanning the side to get a basic shape and pick up the markers. Then I'm going to move around and mainly focus on the cable and front area. I needed a bit more detail around the bolt area, so I applied some scanning spray to the handbrake. I also switched to the single laser line setting to scan deeper and capture additional details. So once it's scanned, we've got all the raw data. It looks a bit messy at the moment, but as soon as we process it with Fusion, it'll clean up a fair bit. It takes about a minute to do, then once it's done, it's cleaned up a whole lot. It looks pretty good. We can see the inside shape we need, the bolt where it will mount, the cables there, and we've got the main shape. So that's plenty of information to work with. What I'm doing now is cleaning it up further, removing stuff I won't need for the design. Mainly just keeping the front area of the handbrake and the cable area so I can work with it in CAD. To clean up, you just use the selection tool, select around and hit delete. So once it's all done, we're cleaning it up, converting it into a mesh, which takes about a minute to do. Then once the mesh is done, I'm just going to go around and fill a few holes. It's not that important for how we'll be using it, but it just tidies things up a little bit more. Alright, so the whole scan process and editing is pretty quick. And now that it's ready, we'll just export it as an STL and bring it into CAD. So once it's in CAD, it's a really good reference point for starting the design. So what I'm starting to do is block it out, just rough blocks to make the shape I want. Starting with the cable cover, you can see it's really good to have a 3D model as a reference, so you can get it really close the first time, without having to go back and forwards, measuring things, printing tests, and remaking the same design 100 times. So now I'm finishing off the main shape and cleaning it up a little bit, and making a few edges a bit smoother. I'm also checking the fit and thinking on how it will print and the print orientation as we work through it. So you can see how much easier it is to model up something when you have that reference of a 3D model. So I've got it where it connects up to the bolt and then it covers over the cable to protect it. It's all looking pretty good, so it's ready to print off. Now the print started and this is just printed in normal black PLA. The part looks good, just as designed, no real issues with the design or the print quality, and it all looks pretty good. So for the installation, remove the cable, next remove the bolt, which I'd already pre-loosened. Then I'll have a quick check on how well the cover fits and lines up. And it all looks like it lines up pretty good. Now the cable's passed through the front hole and plugged in. Then this cover goes over the top. Then a bolt goes through the cover and bolted down with a nut from underneath. So I just did it up a little bit to check everything is aligned correctly before tightening it all the way down. The last thing is to add a cable tie that will hold the cable in closer, and it also provides a strain relief point so it doesn't get pulled out, bumped or moved. Then just trim the end of the cable tie with a pair of cutters. So it's turned out to be a good fit. It's not going to get bumped anymore, and the cable is nice and secure. So both of these are a couple of easy projects to make. Definitely give the handbrake foam grip a try if that's something you'd like, and everything will be linked down in the description below. And as always, thanks for watching, and let us know if you have any questions.